Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
Quick question. Did Goldman Sachs just announce creating a crypto trading desk? Is that a good thing or not necessarily to mean anything?
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a sign that a major investment bank believes that there's enough clarity and custody and money to be made to actually offer that trading service. So I think it really is a sign that this is becoming mainstream. I mean, if you think about it, like an exchange like Binance, made almost $1 billion in less than a year of operation. ICE, which is the largest liquid markets exchange, only made $1.6 billion last year. So I mean,
tell us about your Bitcoin Misery Index.
Yes,
that's the BMI.
Yeah, so we have a Bitcoin Misery Index.
It is now.
And you should think of it as like, how does Bitcoin make you feel? So the Misery Index is a measure of the consistency of Bitcoin, and it was 18 in February, which is misery, and it clawed to 30-ish in March. It's now at 47. Now 50 is like the PMI. It's actually between happy and sad. So it's inching its way, and historically, as the BMI moves up, Bitcoin's price usually accelerates.
And you calculate this how?
So we look at both win ratio, so the percentage of days Bitcoin outperforms, and then what we call upside versus downside vol. So how much do you make on the up days versus down days? You have to keep in mind, Bitcoin makes all of its return in 10 days in any year. So that's why you have to watch the BMI, because you don't want to lose your head when it's doing badly.
And when you get over 25, you're obese. Thank you, Tom.
Yes.
Tom Lee. All right.
How do you know that?
The BMI? All women know about the BMI.
No, they changed the rules with BMI.
It scales differently.
No, I'm just telling you now. I would know being above 25. It's no longer obese. Guy, what do you think about Bitcoin here? My question to Tom is exactly that. The fact that Goldman Sachs has made a push into this space gives it legitimacy on a different level, which is why a couple weeks ago we talked about if you took the name off the top of the chart and just looked at it, it appeared as though a bottom was put in. That's what I'll still say.
Here's what I think is going on. First of all, I think from a sentiment perspective, in terms of how it's being traded, you've seen a couple things in the last few days. You've seen the GBTC, which is the trust that you can buy in retail form without doing anything, is essentially trading at a premium, and I mean on an intraday basis. We know it's traded at a big premium, but you're seeing enormous speculation right now. The other dynamic here is I think you've seen, he talked about that which is overbought. He would rather relative value into those less bought. We're seeing a roll down, and we're seeing a roll down into the less liquid assets. I think this is the same thing that we saw in December. And I think if you look at things like Tron and Cardano, I mean, those are the ones that have been really outperforming over the last couple of days.
You guys smell that? That's Bitcoin.
So they make a great argument at the end where you got to be careful. And what's funny is this was actually shot yesterday. So now we have the dip in the market. I'll go ahead and change the graph. And if you had been watching the channel, I had been warning that I wouldn't be buying into this market, that I had already bought at lower levels, and I'd be waiting for the prices to come down. And like I said, I don't feel like we're going to have a very strong market until there's more fundamental institutional adoption, where we have regulations passed and the custodian accounts are set up where big institutional investors can come and put their money in the cryptocurrency market. And this isn't just for the US, this is going to be globally, where the entire world is able to have managed money invest into cryptocurrencies. And then the second thing, which is also I think very important, is the development. I mean, one of the things I believe is going to always hold back cryptocurrency until, I mean, this could be a year or two, is adoption. And the unfortunate thing is that a lot of these projects have not been adopted yet, and there's no tangible use case, and it's going to come out. And if you go through the white papers, a lot of these projects are 2019, 20, they're still just ideas. And until that is actually executed into a prototype where they're conducting business, and that's a good point they brought up, was Binance. Binance is actually functioning right now, and that's actually one of the coins I own and I recommend, because they already have a tangible product. And that's another big issue in the crypto market, is there's a lot of projects that just haven't done anything yet or are in the works of developing it, and that's just the time play. So you are technically speculating, and obviously it's going to be less speculation if you're first okay with being a long-term holder, and if you want to take the wait and see approach, wait for these prototypes and wait for the actual projects to produce and to actually go through their crypto kitties and scaling issues, and then you can put your money in, and I think it would be a lot safer. But let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you guys soon.